Just realize that you always have options. You may not see it at the time that you're going through your situation. Things are looking negative. Things are on the outskirts. You just had a divorce. You just been abused, or whatever the case may be. But just realize that you always have options. You don't have to sit there and deal with the same thing that you've been sitting there and dealing with. It wasn't until I was a little kid when I realized that I had options as far as the environments that I can live in. I've always lived somewhere back when I was a kid growing up. It was poor, Section 8, drug usage, gang violence, all that type of thing. It wasn't until I looked at things on TV that I realized that I had options. There were families out there who, of course, did not deal with the gang violence. I was watching the Cosby Show. They didn't deal with the gang violence. They had parents who worked that wasn't on drugs like mine. Like I said, you always have options. You have to know that. There's never a positive, just bad self, or there's never a negative bad self. There's always a negative happening and a positive happening at the same time. Just like a magnet, positive and negative. There's always a silver lining in everything that happens in your life. There's always a lesson that it teaches you, at least. That's the only thing that it gives you, the lesson, and of course help you create better boundaries. But there's always options. You don't have to deal with the same thing you've been dealing with at your job. If you're wanting to, of course, start working for yourself, you have an option to do so. Like I'm doing. I'm working full time, but I'm creating a business in my part time. You have that option, but you have to want to do that. You have to be the one to, of course, make that decision to say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start this today. I'm going to start this tomorrow. I'm going to start this week, and be diligent with it. Have self-discipline and be consistent with it. If not, whatever you're trying to do will never come to fruition. You have to understand that you're the one who controls that narrative in your life, not anybody else. Regardless as to what you've been through, what you're growing through, anything like that, you control that narrative. Nobody else controls that narrative. You're the only one who has the will to say in your life that I'm going to start making this happen. If you're unhappy, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. I've been there in my last relationship. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. We had been together almost 8 years by that point. I had to end that relationship. I knew that I was unhappy. No, I wasn't thinking about the option of another man. I could have cared less about another damn man. I was worried about the option about me being happy. I was unhappy as hell with this particular person. Being blamed all the time, insecurity all the time, not wanting to, of course, change and grow to motivate themselves, anything. And I knew that was the wrong relationship years before, even before that. But I knew that I had an option to be happier. And I chose the happier option and ended that relationship. Like I said, you always have options. You just have to be the one to make that decision and to then follow through with the plan, whichever kind of plan that you create. If you need help creating a plan, just know that your girl Tonetta is here as a certified life coach. Click that link in the bio and contact me today, y'all, if you need a plan to create a better life for yourself and to create those options.